Hey everybody, this is Leah from Daily Fitness Zone. Thank you so much for being here and tuning in to my very first podcast. I am podcasting actually because I wanted to give my users and members a variety of ways to interact with Daily Fitness Zone so that they can get the information they need to reach their health and their fitness and nutrition goals. For example, I have lots of information on my website, but it would mean that someone would have to sit down and take the time to read it. But time is so precious nowadays. I do have some videos up on my site, but say you're driving or you're in a place and you kind of would like to be able to get the information, but there's a lot of people, you don't have time to sit and read it. A video would be too distracting. This is a perfect way to put in a headset and just get the information that you need to be inspired and to take some of the actions that I provide throughout different podcasts to be able to reach your goals. And so I kind of like that. I kind of like being able to offer people free information and free ways to be able to take control of their lives. So a little bit about Daily Fitness Zone and why I started it, and that is because I truly have a passion for helping others live healthier and happier lives. I definitely believe it is my purpose. Now, for some people, that may sound a little cliche because there's so many people out here nowadays saying the same thing, like, oh, I just want to help and I just love helping people. And that could be true. But I do know for me that it is something near and dear to my heart because I've had a personal struggles with weight on both ends of the spectrum, being too thin and being overweight now being at this ideal healthy size. So we're going to talk about that in this first podcast. And I've also had the horrible experiences of losing my loved ones because of a lack of care and concern for their health and their fitness. So I didn't want to see anybody else that I knew on my watch, pass away due to lack of information. So I decided that I would be the person, who would get the information and be able to serve other people. I do believe that a lot of people could be unfortunate and miss out on opportunities of a long life just due to a lack of knowledge. And it should be our duties as people to help each other, to thrive. And so this is my area, this is my purpose, where someone else could be offering information in another area. This one is just mine and it's near and dear to me. So a little bit about my journey as to why I'm here so you can understand Daily Fitness Zone and hopefully connect with us a little bit more in terms of what happens at Daily Fitness Zone. But growing up, I used to be a very thin kid. I didn't gain a lot of weight no matter what I did. I was highly active. But I was also health conscious too. I would question my mom about certain things that we were eating and wondering why are we eating this, and telling her things that I learned in health class or that I read in a magazine or saw on TV. I was just always this kid that my mom would just question and say, "Well, where did you even get that from?" And there were certain things that I refused to eat. I don't want that on my plate, or this isn't very healthy or something like that. And so she always hoped that I would, grow up and be able to have whatever I wanted to have in terms of eating, just so that I could be happy. And thankfully, I've been able to live out the words that, she afforded me, to have, or that she spoke into my life. But I kind of became obsessed with it in an unhealthy way because once I was in college, I was also modeling and, doing some acting at that time. And I was eating fruits vegetable, and salad and drinking water every day. And I was the worst kind of healthy. I was obsessed with it in such a different way that I was afraid to eat anything that would be too many calories. So I was operating on a deficit on a daily basis. So again, I was operating at a caloric deficit on a daily basis, and that is detrimental to health. I'm going to be even a little more transparent to say at some point I ended up in the hospital for 2 weeks with an infection that my body was unable to fight as a result of being this unhealthy health nut. Fast forward to some years later after I had a couple kids and I had a normal pregnancy. I really didn't gain a lot of weight throughout my entire pregnancy. I may have gained 24 pounds, which I thought was really good because I would be right back into my jeans again. But it didn't work out that way. I had the baby, and once I started nursing the baby, I started gaining weight, like weight that you would not even believe. And I couldn't understand it because I was still eating healthy. And because I had the baby, I was going to the gym sometimes twice a day. I wasn't eating anything that I felt was abnormal, just the normal healthy stuff with, maybe a little extra yogurt or cheese or something. But for the most part, I felt like I was doing a good job. I gained so much weight and I went to the doctor to make sure that I didn't have any medical concerns, that was causing me to gain weight. They found nothing. And I just became depressed. I did not know what else to do. I tried different weight loss programs. I tried looking through magazines. I listened to friends. I kept trying to do it on my own, and nothing was working. I was probably at my lowest in terms of my emotional stability because I just couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. I had an epiphany one day about what worked at one point in time for my body. So when I was my leanest and healthiest, so when there was a balance of me being lean and healthy, what was going on in my life? What was I doing? And I remembered what I did. And as I was assessing myself at that moment, I wasn't doing any of that. I had gone into some realm in my head space of listening to everyone that said they were experts, but were not experts. And I was not getting the results that I needed to have. So once I began to think about what my body's needs were and customize a plan for me, that's when it hit me. Fitness is not a one size fits all. This journey cannot be a one size fit all. Everyone has different needs. We have different body types. We have different goals. Our body responds different ways to different things. Plans need to be customized. Now, there are some basic principles around nutrition and fitness that, of course, as podcasts go on, we will discuss. And so there are basic things, and everyone should be following the basics. But above and beyond the basics, we need to have plans customized, which is the reason why I provide that information on dailyfitnesszone.com. It is my greatest passion to be able to help people reach their health and fitness goals with plans that are tailored just for them. That means you too. And so when you're here at dailyfitnesszone.com, I want you to know that it is in my heart of hearts to make sure I am providing you the best resources for good health, for nutrition, to make fitness accessible and simple, to make your goals attainable, and that you are motivated, because one of the top reasons that people don't even reach their goals is because they don't have support from family and friends to continue. It is very much an emotional journey, which is one of the largest reasons why when people say, I just think I want to do this on my own, they end up failing. They don't have all the right resources. I can speak for that myself. I listen to a lot of the noise in the magazines and on the television, and that my friends thought they knew. It was a bunch of noise. Half of what we know are myths. It's not even true. And so I went to school to study both nutrition and fitness, as well as coaching, because I wanted to be able to be equipped to be the expert that my clients needed, or that my friends needed, or that my family members needed, so that they could get the information that they needed firsthand to reach their goals. And so, again, this kind of was an introductory pod where I just wanted to be able to share with you why we exist. And in the upcoming posts, we will be getting more into detail around specific health and nutrition and fitness principles and goals and things that you can do each day to be one step closer to your goal. So thank you for listening to my introduction podcast at dailyfitnesszone.com. I wish you health and happiness. Have a great day.